I should at least let everyone else see it. Fade button.
That's probably a good call. Looks like we're going to school. Gotta go hang out with Rin in the archery range. Rin's back now. Rin's a character again. Pretty low on water.
You hate me.
I.
You hate me.
There's still time before class begins. I'll go visit the archery club. I've worried for a while now about Sakura, wondering whether the awkwardness she had when she first became captain had diminished at all. Right as I arrive at the entrance of the dojo, someone else walks up. There's no mistaking the impressive uniform figure and those twin tails.
Oh, Emiya-kun. You're up pointlessly early, as usual.
I could say the same about you, Tosca. Here to submit a membership application?
You could say that. In the 6 months we have left before graduation, I thought, why not give rise to a spectacular new legend?
Behind the jokes, it seems she's looking out for Sakura in her own unique way. You'd never see her out and about so early if that weren't the case.
You came to watch too, didn't you?
Of course. Excuse me? Oh. Excuse me! There's an exclamation mark.
Ah, senpai, and Tosca senpai too.
Oh, fuck, God, it's always just...
Ooh.
Oh, Tosca and Emiya, welcome, come on in.
The other club members already packed up and left, so only Sakura and Mitsuzuri are inside. The two of them seem to be in the midst of a conversation.
Good morning, Ayako. Mato-san. Pardon my intrusion.
Saying that, Tosca wastes no time making her way inside. It must have been quite a while since she last showed up at the archery range. Should I let her take the lead today?
Senpai, shall I head back first?
What are you saying? Those two are like archery club VIPs, and they picked the perfect time to show up. All of you, stay a while. What? What makes us important? So important, Ayako?
We all sit down in the observers area. Sakura's shoulders look a little tense from the strain.
Look, I talked to Emmy about this already, but don't you have any good ideas for us? No matter which of the club members I ask, it's impossible to get a straight answer out of them.
Sorry to trouble you with this, senpai.
That's no problem. If you need advice, I'm always happy to help you out, Mato-san.
It may just be part of the pose she always assumes while at school, but Tosca seems to be brimming with confidence. I knew it was a good idea to bring her along. Feeling relieved, I'm suddenly drawn aside.
Hey, Shiro, any idea what's going on here?
The heck? You saying you don't know? Even the way you're talking about it? I beckon her towards a corner. It feels completely unnatural for me, but just this once. The thing is, Sakura lacks the confidence necessary to show leadership in the club.
That's just like her, but they said she's been doing very well these days.
Who did? Fujine? The members that were there before the last big tournament can tell the atmosphere is completely different. And although she doesn't let it show, Mitsuzuri's worried as well. Any way you look at it, the club's unity and morale are just lacking. Even I can't help but feel pain saying this, but we can't just leave it be. After gazing at me bemusedly for a moment, Tosca.
Do you suppose it's because she doesn't have the support of a certain ex-archer standing by her side?
That's pretty harsh, but I'm in the same place as you are, Tosca. Besides, it's not like I can just lend them a hand directly. That much you should already know.
You have a point. She's the one who's captain after all. Wait, that gives me a good idea. For the sake of aiding my helpless disciple and my younger sister, I shall pitch in.
I nod vaguely, and we return to where the other two are.
In times like this, it's best to strengthen the mutual bonds by living and eating under the same roof.
And so she says it.
Eating from the same pot, is it?
That's right, going together on field trips or out to eat yakiniku or to a sleepover training camp. If they're all taking their meals at the same time, they can't help but begin to feel a stronger sense of unity as a team. Ooh, good thinking, Tosca.
Pretty sudden proposal, but she got the point across. It's like the situation at my house. We've got quite a crowd living there, but if we didn't eat dinner all together, we wouldn't feel as close to each other as we do.
Probably Tosca. So in that case, wouldn't a training camp be a good idea? The time for the really tough practice to start is almost here, you know?
Yes, I see. A training camp.
If you're gonna have one, I'll lend a hand too. And so will you, won't you, Tosca? Shouldn't the one to make the suggestion be the first to act on it? It was her idea, so shouldn't it be only natural for Tosca to join in? Don't give me that weird look.
Me? At a training camp? Why not? Emiya said he'd come along, so why won't you? Just because you're not in the club doesn't mean you're not welcome to join.
I'd also be grateful if Tosca-senpai were to join us. Very much so.
The vote is 3 against 1 in favor of Tosca's participation. Unfortunately, the person we're dealing with isn't someone who tends to be influenced by something as petty as majority rule or the prevailing opinion.
If it had only been hiking followed by a yakiniku party, I'd gladly join in, but...
Who'd go out of their way to invite club outsiders to a laid-back get-together like that?
For heaven's sake, what? I'm offended that you think I'm only in it for the meat. Yes, I'll join your little training camp, so you'd better be prepared.
Prepared for what?
You fucking heard her.
Although she continues hurling harsh words at Mitsuzuri, Tosca doesn't seem reluctant to join. Now Sakura is beaming as well. And with that, all those assembled confirm their participation. Mitsuzuri nods in approval.
Alright, so shall we hold it at the usual place?
Yes, at the temple.
Training camp? At the Ryoto Temple?
Whoops, looks like we're out of time for today. The last chime just rang. The archery range is a long way off from the school building where the chime sounded from. We need to hurry back. It's too bad there won't be a field trip or a yakiniku party, but a special training camp isn't a bad idea at all.
Hold on, you didn't say anything about that. Yeah, alright already. We've already acknowledged your intent to join, so I know you aren't going to try anything as shameful and underhanded as running out on us now, Tosca. Now that that's taken care of, all we have to do is run this past the student council. Guess I'll go see Ryoto about it after Sunday's practice.
Come on, Sakura. Tosca, you're gonna be late unless you hurry up.
Yes, senpai.
None of that.
Problem resolved.
As per Rin's suggestion, the subject of a camp has come up. Let's obtain permission for a training camp somewhere. Why do I feel like that doesn't move the plot forward at all?
Well, it moves us towards solving the problem with our archery club.
After school?
Good work today. I really am tired. The lights are all on. I expect everyone should already be home at this hour. I decided to walk back home, but it got pretty chilly as the sun went down. For now, I'll have dinner, take a bath, and decide what to do after a good rest. Taking a bath is never a good idea here.
No, it's a fantastic idea. What do you mean? You got tentacles on you last time. Welcome back, Shiro.
I'm home. Were you just leaving, Saber?
No, I was waiting for you.
That's the welcome back, I guess. I was a little unprepared. Taken by surprise, I lost my train of thought.
You are head of this household, and you just came back from work. Is it so peculiar for me to want to thank you?
No, of course not. Thanks. I'm home, Saber.
Yes, welcome home, Shiro. Dinner is ready. Please come in.
I passed through the gate with Saber.
You taught her how to swim, and she's like, oh, he knows things.
When things like this happen so naturally, you always realize their importance after the fact. Maybe someday, being greeted like this will be something I can look back on as a precious memory.
It's already fucking precious, you bitch!
Not a memory yet, though. Oh, wow. That was the scene, huh? That was a fucking exclamation mark scene. Like, we had to do that.
Sure did.
Living room with Tyga. This is gonna be serious and important.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the alcohol one. The alcohol one.
What about the bath, Jake?
They're no good options. You do the bathroom if you want to do the bathroom first.
No, let's do drunk
get
fucking
drunker before we do the
Tyga.
alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope that the bath one is you having to talk to yourself again the whole time, because if I have to join in, I don't know if we're going to make it. But I do have a lot of Trulies in the fridge, so I could just pound one out real quick.
Just shotgun a Truly on the camera.
Ta-da!
After we had all gathered in the living room, a high-spirited Ilya is the last to appear. What could this be about? It looks like she's been taking a few pages out of Fujine's book. What is it, Ilya?
Well, Shiro, since you let me eat dinner over here so often today, I've come to return the favor.
Saber, our main freeloader, averts her eyes as though suddenly uncomfortable.
That's so funny.
No, there's no problem, you know? If I concern myself with who's hanging around here all the time, then I'd be the one feeling awkward.
Returning the favor, Ilya? Did you come to cook for us?
I may not look it, but things like omelets are my specialty.
Ah, that's true. The bread you brought us was awfully crunchy, though. The last time I said that to her, she explained it away, saying, "That's just because I didn't understand how to use your toaster, Shiro."
Wait, you gotta do it in your better. You gotta do a better impersonation of your Ilya voice, please.
Well, this isn't Shiro's head.
Yeah, but he
Just
here.
because I didn't understand how to use your toaster, Shiro.
Okay.
But it's true that everything she's tried making over here so far has come out kind of crispy. Maybe she and her toaster just don't get along.
So what is it you've come to repay Shiro with?
Voila!
With a flourish, Ilya brings out a cut glass bottle.
Excuse me?
Whoa, just from looking at it, I guess that's pretty expensive. An aura of high quality surrounds it. It's like that of an XO or even a VSOP. If I remember correctly, XO is what again? A kind of Chinese seasoning?
It looks like alcohol to me. Yeah, most likely whiskey or brandy. The color is kind of pale, though.
This is from our special Einsburn distilled deluxe spirits.
Spirits definitely means alcoholic. She looks coyly at me, as though waiting to hear my impression of her gift. The container it's in alone is so elegant looking that I'd feel awkward just holding it.
Special deluxe. So that means the Einsburns made it themselves?
It's definitely not something that could be made at the Tosaka residence. I told you before, Shiro, that we have a distillery in the castle.
I do remember hearing about that. Mention of the castle's distillery, Saber vigorously nods her head.
Indeed, it is true that any castle worth the name contains a distillery or brewery within its walls. My castle itself had one down in the cellar. Though it is true that it was no match for the winery said to be kept by the Gauls.
I think Brent just moved for this one.
Yeah, that was, you know, sometimes it's hard. I was like, but why would she speak up? Oh, so this is alcohol crafted at Castle Einsburn, huh?
As I continue hesitating, Tosca takes the bottle in her own hands with nary care and examines it.
Ooh, wait, hold on. Audentes, thanks for the sub. Wah, 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 wah.
I should have a fireworks button. That'd be funny.
The way she handles what looks like a priceless antique as though it were any ordinary object. Wow.
That's right. I originally meant it for it to be for Oni-chan, but since I'm feeling generous today, I'll let you have some too, Rin.
Might I be allowed to have a taste as well, Iliasviel?
Saber makes her request in a reserved tone. Even Saber, who would normally at least inquire as to the reason for such a display of charity from Ilya, seems to be greatly interested. Perhaps she's intrigued by the prospect of tasting an unknown drink?
Something about this doesn't sit right with me. But how about we graciously accept her offer, Shiro?
I'll bring some glasses. Saber, will you be joining us?
Yes, thank you.
It's a shame we don't have a set refined enough to complement that bottle. I didn't know what kind would be best, so I brought a bunch of different ones. Tosca nods as I set the tray down on the table. Everyone's getting really fired up to drink this stuff, aren't they?
How thoughtful of you. I'll have it straight then. Impressive, Rin. Iliasville, what degree proof would this happen to be?
Degrees? I do wonder. I'd just say it's pretty strong.
As they discuss it, Tosca uncorks the bottle with a pop. The moment she does, a strong alcohol smell fills the air. Oh, is this really okay? In only a few seconds, that sweet aroma has already blanketed the room, making me groan involuntarily. With a smell this strong, the contenders must be pretty potent stuff. Contents must be pretty potent stuff. Bring a lighter close to the bottle and it'll catch fire in an instant.
Wow, this really will sure have a kick to it. Oh, this is one strong drink, not unlike a medicinal tonic. Could I have it diluted a bit?
Lightweight. Alright, here we go.
Here you go, Oni-chan.
I timidly accept the bottle she hands me and pour it into the proffered glass of ice. Maybe it's just my imagination, but this feels less like pouring a drink than does mixing experimental chemicals into a beaker. Just pouring it in is enough to make me feel dizzy.
Emiya-kun, are you getting drunk off just the smell? I believe this may be a bit more than you are used to, Shiro. It is essential that you take care.
Straight on the rocks for Rin, and a double with water for Save. Oh, that's Ilya.
Yeah, I was like, I thought you were mixing the drinks, but now I think Ilya's mixing drinks. What the fuck? She's 11!
Legal drinking age.
It's 20, isn't it?
It's 20.
Straight on the rocks for Vin, and a double with water for Saber.
I wonder why Ilya looks so used to doing this, as she stirs Saber's drink with a practiced hand before passing it to her. Still, it definitely looks like she's agitating the contents of a beaker in my eyes. I wonder if it's because of the smell, but I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
Would you like some, Shiro?
Such a strong drinker, but since you took the trouble to bring it for us, I'll have just a sip. So we're all gonna be criminals today.
I love that you act like you never underage drank in your life.
I would never do such a thing.
That's the spirit. Here you are, Oni-chan.
I poured just a little bit in the glass she holds out. Ilya's holding a glass of her own, but hers only has water in it. Well, letting children drink isn't something I can condone, unless it's me.
Well then, cheers!
Well then, cheers! We clink our glasses together before lifting them to our mouths. I'm more than a little hesitant. I get a premonition of shock similar to when Fujine tricked me into drinking vodka for the first time as a prank. On the other hand, the drink is likely to evaporate if I just keep pondering about this. Alright, if Tosca and Saber can both manage it, then I should be no problem for... Oh, this is way too strong, Ilya. Ilya inclines her head a little as though to say, is that so? But it's for our two drinking companions.
The taste is unusual, but it's pretty good. Indeed, it is true that it is quite different from any spirits I have tasted. It must be due to some special technique used in its making. It makes me wonder what's in it.
The two of them are both playing wine critics while they drink. Regular drinkers are really in a different class. I think, and I'm finding myself unable to match the pace of their refills. Whoa, my tongue still stings.
Look at you, you're such a good boy. Can't drink alcohol.
I wonder if I could get away with taking some of the water on the table and using it to rinse out my...
What?
Yeah. A highly unusual utterance suddenly escapes either Saber's or Tosca's lips. Does one of them get cat when they're drunk?
Oh my god,
As
I
I
hope
looked
so.
up, wondering what it was, I met with two pairs of eyes staring heatedly at me from across their empty glasses.
Shiro, it's not good to let glasses stay empty, you know?
Wow, is Jessica drunk? And on top of that, Saber's gone completely silent. Her face is bright red. Even I underestimated the true power of this alcohol.
Did you just say nya? Are you supposed to be a cat, Rin?
Yeah, not the heck you're saying. Ilniasville. I didn't say anything like that, yeah.
She said nya. She most definitely did say nya. Her A's are changing into nyas. Besides, Ilniasville sounds pretty original too. Though in contrast to my praise, Ilya, whose hatred of cats is notorious, is looking at Tosca rather dubiously right now.
We're like, oh hell yeah, she's nyan, and Ilniasville's like, the fuck do you just say to me, bitch?
Fuck, is there a cat in here?
This is amazing. Feels really nice.
But you're not drinking anything now, nya.
This is weird. This is definitely getting weird. Could it be she's trying her best to act sober, but the influence of the alcohol on her is like a strange filter on everything she says, and her behavior is now as the result? And then there's Saber, who hasn't said a thing through this whole conversation.
That's even funnier to me.
Hey, Ilya, is this stuff really safe to drink?
That's strange. Could it be?
Looking perplexed, she removes the cork from the bottle and takes a sniff. Hey, what's going on, Ilya?
Shame on you, Liz. If you keep your experiments in bottles like these, even I'm going to get them mixed up.
Ilya giggles as she lightly wraps herself on the head. So the target of any complaint should be the currently absent Liz, but...
It's true I sneaked it out of the castle behind Zella's back, but I never thought something like this would happen.
Did you just say experiments?
Oh, they can cause some pretty strange side effects, but they're basically harmless. If that's what she drank, then no wonder Rin reacted that way. Nerd you saying, Niasville? I demand you to explain yourself, yeah.
This is the effect of that particular experiment, huh?
I too want to create cat girls, Liz. Thank you.
Yeah. That's right. It could definitely be some drug that can alter people's senses and speech patterns, couldn't it? God, I could not do that.
Yeah, so it's so hard to force it.
Yeah.
It's a kind of hallucinogen. It alters perception and makes the drinker more susceptible to altered states like drunkenness or hypnotism. Rin loves cats, so it makes sense that this part of her awakened. Yeah, now did you just say just meow? I told you not to say meow, Rin. You know how much I hate that.
Just drunkenly plasters herself all over a thoroughly disgusted Ilya. Am I ever glad I followed my...
I thought you drank some.
Yeah, what? Am I ever glad I followed my intuition didn't have any? No doubt about it. Gulp down something as strong smelling as that and something's bound to react. But we talked about... Huh?
Yeah, food. Yeah, now that's it's come to this Ilniasville. Now you're nya. Get it? Nya, 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 nya.
Eek! Champion Shiro!
Did you not check the contents of the bottle first? I try asking Ilya as I push her behind my back for protection. The Tosca before me with her fangs bared, hissing, resembled nothing more than a cat defending its territory.
I did check, just to be sure. I gave some to Taiga before I brought it to you.
Ah, so then she became a tiger.
She didn't act any different than she usually does, so I thought it was safe.
Well, even regular beer is enough to turn Fujine into a tiger.
Digimat, thanks for the resub.
About what you'd expect from her to not be affected by Ilya's drug, or for the effect to be no different from her usual behavior. Hold on a second, didn't Saber drink it too? Saber, are you alright?
Yes, please make her talk.
Saber has kept her head down and not said a word.
Is she gonna say something cute like a lion?
I do hope she didn't have a bad reaction to it. Yeah, I'm expecting like a lion thing too, but...
I'm okay.
Yeah.
The teehee's probably Iliasville, right?
Yeah.
Teehee with the hex saber, you sound so funny. Go!
I see.
Oh, I see.
It would be a lion.
Those are lion sounds. I now understand. I feel like I should be roaring more than guying.
I figured she might be a dog or something, but you remember how much she likes that stuffed lion.
Gabu. Sure, you drink some too, cow. That's right. Just now enjoying yourself watching us and not being part of it is definitely not fair, nya.
If that's so, then Ilya should drink it first. I'm sure she'd turn into a fox or something. As the two beasts close in on me, I take aim at Ilya. But the little white devil just sticks her tongue out and laughs.
No way, don't you think that drinking and soaking are prohibited for minors, Oni-chan?
You play dumb. But more importantly, Tosca, Saber, calm down. Even if I start going woof woof, it wouldn't be that interesting.
Yes!
Ah!
I love that we clicked on that thinking that it was going to be Taiga drunk, and instead it was the whole squad.
Yeah, and not drunk, but drinking animal potion.
Alright.
Next. A Lancer or a Caster. Both are mine, I don't really care what you do. At the harbor, there's a familiar face. Lancer can be found anywhere, but in the afternoon, this is where he devotes himself to his hobby. Well, what should I ask him about? Sky is clear. The autumn mood is covered up by the intense sunlight. The soft ocean breeze gently caresses my face. Only the screeching of seagulls breaks the peaceful silence of the docks. Without argument, this is the perfect location. Oyuki's Harbor, a refreshing spot for an old man that would like an afternoon stroll, or a sportsman training for a marathon, but the charged atmosphere between these two radically different men may soon turn into a war zone.
Oh my god, what are these pants? Are they plaid?
I don't know. They look like striped.
But they're like horizontally striped. That's so weird. I love...
They're gonna be like zebra pants.
I tried to like zoom in and thought you can't do that.
Wait, there's another?
Do you not see this person over here?
That's the line, Paige.
Oh.
Right behind Lancer. That brown-skinned man enjoying his newfound leisure time, his strong back shining in the sunlight, can only be... That's the 16th amberjack I've caught today. This sure is a great spot. The fishing's so great it's almost funny. By the way, you back there, what's your catch looking like so far?
Oh.
Damn it! Why the hell would I talk to an ass like you? Shut up and get lost. Haha, just those 8 mackerel, huh? Guess that's all that antique style of yours is good for. Whoa, here comes the 17th. How many times I gotta tell you to shut up, you goddamn hipster? You're scaring off all the fish with your yodeling.
You're scaring the hose away.
Ha! Blaming others for your lack of skill used to be beneath you, Lancer. If the ones near you are getting away, then why don't you just switch to a rod with a reel? Although I suppose such a modern tool might be too advanced for a Luddite like you. Oh, do excuse me. Here comes the 18th. Yahoo! cries the man in the red jacket. Well, this is a sight to see. I never knew that adults reverting to childishness could be so unpleasant to watch. Is this for real?
Did he say unpleasant?
Yeah. I'm hardly one to talk, but I get the overwhelming urge to just look away. Dressed like a fine fisherman head to toe with stylish pants and jacket, his distasteful implements a spare no expense 99% carbon fishing rod. The reel he's using is the pinnacle of modern technology, a 16 ball bearing, no vibration model, with high speed electric reeling to boot.
Who knows this much about fishing rods?
Yeah, I'm surprised Shiro knows all this.
Thank God, he cranked those stats out so fast.
Must be nice. That's the latest model reel he's using. That reel is the one artifact that allows the man in red to match, if not surpass, Lancer's wild intuition. All you have to do is input the data and the reel can practically catch the fish by itself. It's also overwhelmingly high-tech. One can hardly tell whether he came here to fish or to watch the machine do its job. Everything else he's got with him just screams top of the line. It must have cost over 203,000 yen altogether. It's so specific. Enough to turn the most die-hard fishing freak green with envy. Incidentally, all of it is bootleg, created through projection. Haha! The way things stand, there's no need to wait for sunrise, for our competition's over already. I started with just a light warm-up, there's no need to even look now. Hey Lancer, you don't mind if I catch all the fish in the harbor, right? Yeah, just go ahead and try. That'll be the last day I call you Archer. Well said, Lancer. Ho-ho. To think that this would be the battlefield where we sort out who's the top dog. Let us decide once and for all which one of us is the king of this harbor. Archer's in high spirits, while Lancer just looks fed up with the whole thing. Told you, didn't I? Say something weird and you'll attract someone even weirder. I leave the harbor as quietly as possible so as to not get between them. Praying in my heart that the guy in red won't have cause to change his name from Archer to Angler anytime soon.
That's a good joke. I was like, when are they gonna call him Fisher? But Angler is a way better word.
Well, that shit certainly was a scene.
We gotta pick
Now it's bath time.
Now we have to...
I just pound this thing. Ugh. Do you need anything, Ilya?
Since there's still tea, I'm good.
The two of us are watching TV. Everyone else took quick baths tonight, went off to their respective rooms. As night fell, the only ones in the living room were myself and Ilya, who's now watching a boring-looking news program. Ilya, are you enjoying yourself?
Not really, but I should learn more about the state of society where I can.
Celebrity gossip now, huh? Who really follows the stuff about the latest marriage and divorce and so on? It seems so pointless.
Sure,
Oh,
I'm done with the bath now.
Model? What is this sprite?
She's just got her hair down.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I love that she
Like,
basically changes into her clothes, but not her clothes. You're like, where are your jammies, ma'am?
Like, it's not. I'm not complaining. It's just like we rarely get new sprites in this game. And Saber's had a swimsuit and a bath model recently. Wild times.
Sure, I'm done with the bath now.
Saber comes in fresh from the bath.
I really should have put my black box as a permanent thing, and I don't have it saved on my desktop anymore.
Oh yeah, Saber went last before, so that means I'm last today. Did you have a nice bath, Saber?
Yes.
As we look on, Saber skillfully ties back her loose hair to her everyday hairstyle. I was thinking she looks almost childlike with her hair down when...
Then how about getting in together, Shiro?
Okay,
Pardon me?
I was just about to stand up when she said that, but now I'm frozen in place. Did Ilya just say we should get in together?
What is the meaning of this, Ilias feel?
Like I said, together with Shiro in the bath. Oh, I see, because I spoke without using a direct object. Maybe you heard me wrong.
Hold on, what's all this about? What the hell kind of joke is this? Ilya needs to explain herself. Because getting in the bath with her sounds like it'd be incredibly dangerous.
I object! What are you thinking, Ilias feel?
Saber flew into a rage even before me.
Saber, why so anxious?
What do you mean by that?
Are you worried that Oni-chan might do something weird to me? I have complete faith in Oni-chan, so it'll just be fine. Don't worry.
Ilia's smile looks completely devoid of malice. But she's probably mocking Saber.
No, Shiro is not that kind of person. He would never allow himself to be led astray by such illicit desires.
That's right. After all, nothing like that happened when Saber and Shiro bathed together.
What? How does Ilia know about something like that?
Wait, when did we take a bath? Sorry, when did Saber and Shiro take a bath?
We definitely had a... It might even just be implying, like, an off-screen thing.
Okay,
But we
because...
definitely had an early scene of, like, Saber in a bath.
Right, but wasn't that, like, in the actual game?
I mean, it might be, but that still would make sense, right?
Yeah. Like, no shot I forgot what happened with Ryder. But I don't remember the... It's fine. Yeah, the walk-in's the only thing that I remember. That was just an accident, wasn't it, Shiro?
Yeah, an accident. An isolated incident like that should definitely be classified as an accident.
Oh my, so was it an accident when you got into the water together too? Saber's more adult than me, and if nothing happened with her, then there should be no problem getting in with me, right? Oni-chan?
She then smiles at me, ignoring the embarrassed Saber. Oh, Sweet Clips, you missed me full-on reading erotica of Ryder in the bath.
It was fantastic. The VOD's not up on YouTube, but it is in the playlist.
There's no response I can give to that.
You just can't, Iliasfiel.
Why? Just how badly does Saber want to be the only one who can bathe with Oni-chan? Aw, Saber's being unfair!
That is not the case at all. Things like mixed bathing are an affront to public morals. It is no good.
The situation would certainly become outrageous if mixed bathing were allowed. Even though the bathing order mayhem would be resolved, any form of sanity would soon go out the window.
Myself and Iliasfiel are one thing, but just what on earth would happen with Rin and Sakura?
What would happen, Shiro?
No, even if she asked me that, in situations like this, a man should drink his tea in silence and not comment any further. Although, to be honest...
Oops, sorry.
What I'd really like to do is escape to my room and not deal with this mess.
Observe. Shiro himself has no desire to engage in mixed bathing.
Oh, really? Though I can't say that for sure until he's had a peep at the goods, can he?
Ilia smiles as those terrifying words leave her mouth. Does she really mean peep like that? Oh, of course she does. This might not be a big deal to Ilia, but if it's even possible, I'd like her to stop soon. Ilia fixed a dissatisfied glare on me as I shake my head.
Boo! Boo! It's not fair that only Saber gets to go in with Shiro! I want to go in together too!
You may not. In any case, mixed bathing is prohibited.
Then wouldn't it be fine if I wear a swimsuit? Right?
This is turning into one of those Hot Springs travel TV shows. Moreover, wearing a towel, let alone swimsuit, is generally not allowed in a hot spring. You're taught from an early age not to get into the bathtub with a towel on, and wait, Ilia's swimsuit?
Even going to the pool is just like mixed bathing with swimsuits on, right? So what's the problem, Saber?
Trying a new tactic? Certainly that is true, but still.
You went to the pool with Shiro, didn't you, Saber? Didn't you? How come you always get to be the one who does that stuff?
It seems that Ilia is quite displeased by that. Oh, this might just end with us promising to go to the pool with Ilia next.
Okay, that would be kind of cute.
I see. So Ilia had a swimsuit of her own, right? In that case, Ilia, why don't we just go to the pool instead?
Oh?
Seeing your swimsuit for the first time in our bathroom would be such a shame. I want to see it by the pool where it belongs.
I feel like Okay.
Yeah, it'd be a waste for her to wear it in that cramped bathroom. It'd much better see it in the summery atmosphere of the pool. Even if we were going to a bath together, I'd much rather it be in a natural hot spring like this kind of rocky open-air type bath.
Oh.
Why is Fujine there?
Is this you? Where?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were asking. I didn't realize it was the line. I gotta start reading. I'm over here with just my listening ears on, like, do, not my turn to talk.
Then, can we really go to the pool together, Shiro?
To Waku Waku Splash and Shinto, was it?
I think it's called something like that, but that doesn't matter as long as I can go. Great idea, Shiro!
Yeah, for sure. As long as we're going, why don't we invite the others along as well? The more the merrier.
In that case, shall I have Liz and Zella come along as well?
Yes.
Yes!
Those maids? Whoa. Those two maids would be in swimsuits?
Oh my god, imagine it.
I can't even imagine what that would be like. Actually, it's hard to picture them dressed as anything other than maids. Wow, that sounds like a good idea. If that's the case... Oh, there's Saber.
That sounds like a good idea. If that is the case, then I shall come along as well.
You really do worry about Shiro a lot.
Such is my duty.
Okay, then. I'm taking a bath now. Topic of my bath sure turned into a big deal. Although taking Ilya to the pool sounds like it'll be fun.
Okay, then let's go in together, Shiro.
What? Iliasville, do you mean to tell me you did not hear a word of what anyone has said?
Just because we promised to go to the pool together doesn't mean I've given up on getting in the bath with Shiro, right?
Ilya getting in with me would be dangerous in more ways than one. While Saber's keeping her occupied, I hurry up and get my bath over with.
I love the idea of just like this frantic fight happening outside the door and you were just scrubbing as quickly as you can.
Whew. I loiter in the storehouse, surrounded by all the items I've picked up. It's nice and cool, and the scent of oil and rusted metal fills the air. It calms me down. Ah, the VCR. That'll be the next thing. Suddenly, as I'm rummaging around. Ah! Oh. 1 second.
Oh, your mic's probably not gonna pick it up. Did you run across her? Did you sprint across your house?
I hear a loud scream in the distance. The scream came from the other building. I wouldn't say I casually walked down the hallway. It doesn't sound like Sakura. Then is it Fujine, Saber, Ryder, or maybe? Well, it's probably okay. Now then, as I thought, this looks impossible. Taking off the cover, I brush off the dust. Even with a service manual, this is far beyond my abilities. Furthermore, with appliances getting more and more modularized, it's getting very difficult for amateurs to even get inside them. Well, they do say that these things often get thrown out as soon as the loader breaks. Spreading out my tools, I line them up on the sheet next to me. Looks like I'm in for a long haul. Alright then, let's take another look inside and... I feel a storm brewing. Feels like the pressure's dropping, clouds are forming, and the wind's picking up. Rapid footsteps stomp firmly on the ground. They're heading straight to the storehouse. My eyes tell me it's Tosca, but in reality it's a living typhoon of magical energy.
Ah, Tristan, thanks for the sub.
Thank you.
Wah, wah. She's gonna say, yeah.
Thank you for yeah. Yo, Tosca.
It's so hard to do the nyas in like a normal voice.
Anyway, what's going on? I raise my hand to greet her. I feel greatly endangered, as if seeing my parents' mortal enemy. What the heck happened? At this rate, next she'll fire a Gondor, and that would be the start of the Emmy residence storehouse murder case.
Mortal Inyami. Bathroom? You have one?
Which one? The one in the main building?
The outer building.
Needless to say, this house is huge. The outer building and the main building both have a restroom.
Water came out.
There's a leak? That's not good. There'll be lots of damage if I leave plumbing problems unfixed. Let's go repair it. I got some gaskets here, so...
Not that.
Didn't it break? The way Tosca's talking in monosyllables is disquieting. It's like looking at a dam on the brink of collapse.
So what is that, Shiro?
That? Do you mean... Come to think of it, that was a bidet. The Western-style bathroom in the outer building is the one that I took some effort renovating.
She got her Ludwig bidet put in.
This is funny, because the bidet is what the tangent I was gonna go into earlier, and I was like, no, let's just play the game.
Wait, that's so funny!
When Tosco's gone, there have been several new state-of-the-art home electric appliances introduced into our household. Are you talking about the bidet?
Why didn't you tell me?
Ah, the dam finally broke. I'm just standing here, dumbfounded, as a muddy stream of water surges towards me.
You should have told me that thing was from the start. It's not like it's just air and air. That's an air fryer. You should have told me about that thing from the start. It's not like it's just an air freshener.
My bad, I forgot. I don't use the bathroom over there.
All the more reason to say something. I nearly had a heart attack.
So that's where the scream came from. Yeah, the first time I used one, I somehow thought of a dentist. Well, not quite like that. I mean, you just have to grit your teeth and deal with it. But Tosca, it's one of those things that you get used to, and then can't help but wonder at the convenience of modern civilization. Amazing. I'm surprised, Sakura also said. It really was a surprise. Anyone who experiences it can't help but tell the tale.
No one asked for your impressions, Shiro.
Tosca, was that your first time?
Of course, I've never thought of doing anything like that. I can't believe it. Who in the world, where in the world, what race of people could possibly think to invent such a satanic device? Modern engineers are not to be taken lightly. That creativity, that effectiveness. Truly, it's the work of a god. Or a demon. Or...
He's getting carried away with that comparison. Tosca seems completely astonished. Still, her residence doesn't look like it'd have a bidet, and with Tosca being so hopeless with any kind of appliance, I'm rather worried about the mess she could have made. By the way, which button did you press first?
What? How could you ask such an embarrassing question? And while laughing, too? What I want to say is, hiding that thing and then using it to make fun of people really gets on my nerves.
No, I honestly regret it, ma'am. I definitely didn't mean it that way, but in the end, yeah, that's how it ended up coming out. In any case, it's rather convenient, so please make full use of it. Unfortunately, there isn't one for the Japanese-style washroom in the main building.
Just who is it that goes to the washroom to enjoy themselves? Oh, so just in the outer building?
I nod. I've seen a Japanese-style bidet on the TV, but unfortunately they stopped manufacturing those due to a variety of reasons.
Then who else is using it?
Sakura and Ryder, but Ryder was no fun. She wasn't surprised at all. Even Fujine had already used it before.
Is that so?
I can tell she's plotting something devious right now. And so, the victim will definitely be the only girl who hasn't used it yet. Tragedy invites further tragedy. I have to break this chain of sorrow.
Saber, is it? Excellent. I'm looking forward to it.
I knew it. Wait, Tosca, don't be hasty.
But I haven't even done anything yet. And after all, you seem to really think it was so much fun, Emiya-kun, and being denied that same entertainment is rather vexing. Besides, I only have to tell Saber to push that button, right?
In the end, it's a path smeared with blood. Tosca skips away before I have a chance to stop her. I went back to tinkering with the VCR when a few minutes later...
I love that you did not follow her. You're like,
Well.
I know it's gonna be a problem, but sure. We'll deal with it when it comes to pass. You want to do this one for me? Go skip down the hallway again. Oh, it was so faint.
I didn't want to keep this loud. I don't want my neighbors to hear weird noises.
They heard you have octopus sex last month.
Oh, Jake Pallet beer fun.
Jake Pallet Beer Fun! That reminds me, we just got a Twitch payout. So we got Jake Pallet Beer Fun!
Hey! I love getting Twitch money. Now, that's not something you hear every day. Saber screamed. Sensing the approach of another storm, I have no choice but to brace myself for the coming typhoon.
Oh.
Wow.
What is she doing in your house?
Wow, you really missed the octopus sex. It was rampant.
Well, it wasn't really... so Medusa has, snakes for hair. So her hair snakes coiled themselves around our body while we helped her wash because she couldn't open her eyes because the mirror was going to petrify everyone. So it was for safety reasons, obviously.
Yeah, and then there's this whole thing with the hair snakes just like kind of going for erogenous zones, and it was
They were having such a good time being washed.
yeah, they were really enjoying being washed.
Yeah, so if you
Anyway.
so if you missed that VOD, it'll be on YouTube soon. You're welcome.
Huh? The doorbell? We aren't expecting any guests. Could it be mail delivery? Perhaps the newspaper solicitor?
Oh, does that YouTube link still work?
Oh, it might not, huh?
Oh, it still does.
It's
Okay,
the
we're
handle
fine.
thing.
But now that we have the handle,
Yeah.
and you can also watch our Fako bikini tier maker.
I get up and head towards the door. I can hear a conversation. I guess someone was nearby and went to greet the visitor before me.
Probably Saber. Welcome. Have you come to
Yeah.
see Sakura or Shiro? Just kidding.
Oh. I can hear Ryder's voice from around the corner. Her polite greeting puts me at ease. But the visitor's voice seems somehow unsettled. Ryder-san? Oh, that's them.
Oh, I see. Ryder-san?
Yes, have you been well? It has been a while since we met outside the archery club, Ayako. So the visitor's Mitsuzuri. Sakura's here. She probably has some archery club business to take care of, so I suppose it's not odd for her to come here.
Oh, no, Ryder-san. You're, as beautiful as always.
Thank you, but you are beautiful yourself, too. Awe-inspiring, I should say. Not just your lovely features, but your figure and even your androgynous looks. I cannot help but watch in fascination.
Huh? How embarrassing.
Something is definitely off here. No, the only one off is Ryder. Her usual stern appearance has been replaced with a smile so sickeningly sweet it sends shivers down my spine. She's like a snake staring down a mouse. Being a skilled martial artist, Mitsuzuri probably feels the danger in the air by sheer instinct. I've been told she doesn't like Ryder very much, so this must be a pretty desperate situation for her. So, what brings you here today?
I have some business with Mato, so...
Ah, about the archery club? You really care a lot for your juniors. I must express my thanks in Sakura's stead, or my conscience would not forgive me. She laughs weirdly as she forces Mitsuzuri against the wall. She just enjoys teasing Mitsuzuri, is what I want to think, but Ryder's real motive is still lost on me. Being an advocate of the Sakura supremacy doctrine, Ryder may well be simply thanking her.
No, you needn't. I mean, I'm doing this because I like it, so you don't need to concern yourself.
That is magnificent. I am also doing this because I like it, so please do not hesitate to accept. Incidentally, Ayako, do you have a balanced diet nowadays? It seems you aren't having much meat, but you still need to get some fat into your blood. Taste aside, it won't do if your food doesn't have much substance. Wait a moment. Ryder's just blurted out something very wrong.
But, what are you talking about, Ryder-san? Why are you picking that up all of a sudden?
It was just an example. It shall not matter much which example. Right. I shall explain this in greater detail in my room.
No, that's... No, Emiya, Mato, I know you guys are watching, help!
Lynch. No, she must be just guessing. Because I know Sakura's definitely not here.
Really? As expected of you, Senpai. I've been discovered.
Ah! When did Sakura get here? I was so focused on Mitsuzuri's misfortune I hadn't realized it myself.
You guys slid on Ryder-san then just sat back and watched. What nerve! And you aren't even Tosuke either!
It wasn't planned.
It was a coincidence, Mitsuzuri-senpai.
Time is already up. And with a swish, Ryder takes the back seat just as Sakura arrives on the scene. What brilliant skill. Don't feel down, Ryder. You can always meet Mitsuzuri at the archery club.
Right, you can be good friends with Mitsuzuri-senpai in no time, so do your best, Ryder.
That is true, although it seems the bitter memories of the past still remain. It is best not to rush things, however, so I shall bid farewell. Please take care of Sakura, Ayako. And Sir Ryder steps out of the entranceway.
Phew, to think Ryder-san would be here, that was close.
Oh, a little late, but welcome, Senpai.
Hey, Mitsuzuri, come on in. We should go sit down at least.
Sure, sounds good.
I'll go make some tea.
Alright, please do, Sakura.
Oh?
What? Oh, I see, we were backwards.
Yeah.
Mato, she's like your dear wife, living elsewhere but visiting often.
I'm having trouble coming up with a reply to that comment. Is this revenge for Ryder? Stop it. Sakura isn't the only one staying here. There's Ryder and Saber, too.
And also Tosca and Fujimura-sensei, right? What a ruckus. But Mato seems happy, so it's alright being your wife or whatever.
Ugh. There's logic, yet there isn't.
Love strengthens one. Oh well, I guess I should find a significant other too.
Yeah, you still don't have one, do you? After that incident.
That's not it, of course. It's going to be that time of year, and I can't distance myself from guys because of it. Everyone will soon be busy thinking about their future, you know?
Is she referring to what happened around April? Perhaps I missed those days, or maybe they're just hard to forget, like a nightmare. Who could have thought they were doing all that behind my back?
I'm telling you over and over, that was a no game. And most importantly, how can you just accept Tosca's claim in a situation like that?
That said, I think your methods were quite harsh, too.
Even you did it without realizing Tosca's plan. Really, I can't tell whether you're you're as cold as a robot or just stiff as a tree stump. I never thought the idea of true friendship was lost so completely on you.
What could you be talking about, senpai?
Oh no, it's a story about a past defeat. Sorry, Mato, but just look the other way on this one, please.
Yeah, a game where Tosuka took all the winnings.
Oh? Was it mahjong or something like that?
I'll be thankful if she thinks it was only that. It was pathetic and embarrassing in so many ways. It's not an easy story to tell others.
Anyways, thank you for the tea, Mato.
Here, please take your time.
Times like these, would you like some bubasuke?
You are totally out of it, Emiya. That's not a phrase of welcome, but a complaint to get one kicked out. Jeez. Now I'm confused.
Oh, that might be soccer, I think.
But salmon soaked in apricot tea is just right for the atmosphere.
Maybe not tea, but tuna broth, like so. Sakura unintentionally sidetracks into the topic of cooking, so I take advantage of it. And all Mrs. Yuri has to say, looking at us with a sigh.
Oh my, you really are such a charming sweetheart couple. Well done, guys.
What are you saying, Mitsuzuri-senpai? Who am I a couple with?
Don't be shy, don't be shy. You're so cute, Mato.
And senpai, stop laughing.
What do you mean? I'm not laughing, see? I'm just as flustered here. It's nothing to brag about, but my hand holding the teacup is shaking.
See, this is why it's a no game. Really, if it's Mato that Emiya is destined to have a happily ever after with, then I guess Tosuka is like the demon with gold tempting him.
Direct your whining towards Tosuka herself. And didn't you have something to talk about with Sakura, Mitsuzuri?
Right. I got so caught up teasing you, I almost forgot. Mato, about this upcoming tournament.
Yes, Mitsuzuri-senpai?
The nonchalant atmosphere disappears and a serious conversation ensues. Alright then, I'll try to listen without being a bother. Alright, do important events in Rin's room.
Sex.
Oh, just kidding. Whoa, you just skipped the news!
Well, bro, I saw the exclamation point and I thought, you know...
Oh, there were two of them.
Won't they still be there?
Yeah, just disgusted by this behavior.
We are on our 15th part. If I times that by 2 hours, my dude, I love it. The one time I bungle this button and you're gonna drag me, I'm a fly to you and I'm gonna kick you.
I guess we'll just do this one. I'll go talk about the current situation. Seeing as Tosuka came back right after hearing about the abnormality, I should ask for her take on things.
Me?
I think so.
Yes. Oh, yes. I had a quick look around the city, and as far as I can tell, there are no easy ways to deal with this. So tell me what you know, Emiya-kun.
As if she was prepared well in advance, Tosuka cuts right to the chase. Well, that sure makes it easier for me. I do have one question first. Say, Tosuka, what about Archer? Now that you're back, is he on standby around here?
I've cut ties with Archer. We were no longer master and servant anymore in the first place.
Huh? What do you mean? You revoked the contract?
More like it got revoked. After the Holy Grail War ends, the contract is normally cancelled. By the servant, that is. While Ryder and Saber seem to be content as they are, that guy had other things on his mind. So we're no longer cooperating 24/7. Instead, we help each other out when it's needed and reciprocate. Kind of a give-and-take type of situation. I'm still acting as the catalyst needed for him to stay in this world, but I've cut off the magical energy supply. Wait, but you already knew that since long ago, didn't you? Why are you asking about that again?
That's right. That's the way things are with Tosca and Archer right now. While he isn't staying nearby, he'll help her when she needs it, under certain conditions. I don't know what Archer was thinking when he chose to establish this kind of relationship, but I guess it wouldn't have worked out any other way. Continuing as Tosca's servant is likely to produce some sort of definite contradiction.
Emiya-kun, what's wrong? Your face turned kind of scary there. I understand that you dislike Archer, but is it upsetting just to talk about him?
No, just a little dizzy. Sorry I got sidetracked, so let's get to the main point. Tosca, have you sensed anything strange while patrolling around town? Any uneasiness or places that feel weird?
I can't say for sure. While I did think that something was off, I haven't really found anything. If you'll forgive me for using an abstract explanation, it's like every time I get the feeling that something is off, there's some sort of contrivance that kicks in and prevents me from being able to tell what that something is.
The moment you become aware of the abnormality, it changes into something normal. Is that it? In other words, what looks to be normal really isn't. So, if I were to assume that abnormal events that never took place in the original Fuyuki were the norm...
Seems like you know something, Emiya-kun. What happened while I was away?
Nothing. Nothing at all, but... Where did I acquire all this extra knowledge? There's something I want to ask. I'm not even sure why I brought this up, but now that I have... After collecting myself as much as I can, I start explaining. The fight with Archer that hasn't happened yet. Saber's defeat at the hands of a master I've never seen. A story of Fuyuki City drawing to a close at the end of each fourth day.
Let me make sure I've got this straight, Emiya-kun. You know about these incidents, though you haven't seen them firsthand, nor personally experienced that fourth day.
Yeah, I just know about them, and I know I didn't dream about them or hear of them somewhere either.
And yet you know, for some reason, you somehow understand the incidents occurring in the town. But because the current Emiya-kun doesn't know about them yet, you can't remember any of them. You're not starting over at the point either, are you? And since it only applies to you and not me, Sakura, or others, it also doesn't appear to be a Fuyuki-wide incident. No, is it that Fuyuki is only in that state for these 4 days, and you're the only one who can see the ones beside you?
All I told her was the end of the 4 days that I somehow know about. The story of Emiya Shira who cannot move beyond the 4 days. As if realizing something from just that, Tosca's muttering to herself.
I see. It's not a restart, it's a reappearance. That would also explain why all of the servants have gathered. In that case... It's not that everything is a lie, it's that there's one liar.
Tosca's stare is becoming sharper. Whatever she's thinking about, it can't be good. Tosca, did you figure something out from all that nonsense?
That's right. If I were to take about 1 trillion steps back and look at your story and assume that it did in fact happen, then yes, I did figure out the trick here.
They're very reliable. The fact that she wouldn't believe it does hurt me a little, though.
Listen, what I'm about to say is based entirely on the gossip that I've just heard from you. It is absolutely, utterly, not even remotely related to the town's abnormality. Got that?
Gotcha. So it's no more than an empty abstract theory. It's like, 'cause we can't talk about it.
Before that, it's what if we can't talk about, if we bring attention to it, then
Right.
We'll forget about it. Before that, it's what we'd have if we tried to put some consistency into the nonsense that you're saying. Well, never mind. Now, where did I put my glasses?
Tosca-sensei retrieves a pair of glasses from her bag. Oh, we're going back to charts?
I hope
It's been a
so.
while since I've seen her go into all-knowing Tosca mode.
Now then, based on what you've told me, Emiya-kun, it would seem that in the course of these 4 days, from October 8th to October 11th, there is something very wrong going on. Saber and Ryder have both stated that the Holy Grail War was restarted. There's a problem, however. Do you see what I'm getting at? If the fighting has been resumed, someone has to be missing.
That's right. If this were really a restart, then the participants who dropped out half a year ago shouldn't be here now.
It may be odd, but it's also the part that explains itself. It must be that in this situation, during just these 4 days, even if someone was here who shouldn't be, we'd be unable to determine who that was. That's why there's nothing wrong with the fact that everyone has gathered. No, not having everyone present would be odd. After all, this is the result of someone trying to reproduce the Holy Grail War that occurred in the past.
Someone's trying to reproduce the Holy Grail War? No, I mean, that much I understood from the start. So the guy who wants the Holy Grail is still trying to start the Holy Grail War?
That would be restarting. What I'm describing is reproducing. Let's say you want to restart. You'd prefer the servants that were defeated to stay that way, wouldn't you? And yet we have all of the servants present in town. That's why, like it or not, this person wants to just reproduce the Holy Grail War, just to fight, just to continue fighting forever. And in order for it to happen, these 4 days include every possible scenario that could unfold. To keep it enjoyable no matter how many times it happens. To keep it feeling fresh every time.
Is that why? Come, let's continue the Holy Grail War. Those words were spoken? Hold on. Once the 4 days pass, the town goes back to normal, doesn't it? So how do I know what's going to happen? Doesn't it seem like it's just me who returns to the first day?
If you were returning, you would have clear memories of it happening. I'm sure you're catching glimpses of yourself, Emiya-kun. If I were to draw it, here's how it looked like.
Yeah! Yeah!
It's no parallel world for sure, since all possibilities have equal weight during the 4 days. You go like this. Assuming that an infinite number of mirror-like images of the participant known as Emiya-shiro exists, they're all running the same track, but at different times. Do you see it now?
I played... Or is this Rin still going?
Maybe. Yeah, it sounds like something she'd say.
Yeah.
I played one of those video game things while I was away. It's the same. A shooter, is it? The one with the third-person view, where you start over from the beginning when you die. The way the character sees it, there's no connection, but from the player's point of view, those lives all happen one after another. It's the same here. As long as the character exists, you get to start over even if you die. Totally new character, but the exact same traits and appearance. Wouldn't you agree? This is precisely what's happening with you, Emiya-kun.
Jessica's metaphor is awfully impolite, but I get what she's trying to say.
Actually, I found that metaphor to be very useful.
I guess by the seeing the ones beside me thing she was muttering, she actually meant seeing the player B that went ahead of me. It's the conclusion of a different playthrough that I know about.
Oh, Minerva came to rub her face on the microphone.
I haven't experienced it myself yet, but I can go, oh, player A got beaten by a boss here. I guess that's how you could put it. There's a lot I don't agree with, but as far as making sense of it goes, I can live with that. So does it mean that if I take it easy, I should be able to get past the 4 days?
I don't think that there's an Emiya-shiro that didn't get past, even if you're a corpse by that time. The 5th day would still come. Neither Sakura nor I have the dreams that you do, Emiya-kun, and it's quite clear that the town itself does not go back either. However, it's possible that, as an exception, should you fail to do something about this Holy Grail War yourself in 4 days, you will, in fact, end up dead.
This might be what you'd call an ill omen. My situation went from bad to downright scary. Oh, I understand why I know weird things now. But how does one reproduce the Holy Grail War? Can this one guy that wants the Holy Grail really do sorcery like that? If you have the ability to do something like that, you could probably just make your wish happen in the first place.
Oh, come on, I told you, their wish has come true already. They aren't reproducing it because they want the Holy Grail. They're doing it because they want to continue killing. In other words...
Ah, I see. It's the other way around.
That was the wish. Assuming they have the Grail and that their wish to reproduce the Holy Grail War has been granted already. Oh.
That was the wish. Assuming they have the Grail and their wish to reproduce the Holy Grail War has been granted already.
Exactly. If we assume that this was someone's wish, the only way to stop it is to find and defeat the owner of the Grail. Well, if we do have any suspects at all, it'd be the people that did not participate in the previous Holy Grail War to begin with.
That's a pretty simple conclusion. Anyone that has recently popped up on the scene is under suspicion.
As for me, I was not around until now, but I am part of this town to begin with, and thus can be excluded. Were there anyone that was not here half a year ago, they'd be the culprit behind this whole incident.
Hey, Tosca, I do actually know one such character that fit the bill, I think. Problem is, it looks like I die every time I meet her. Seems like we still don't have a way to solve it.
I'm getting tired of unrelated questions. Well, if you're getting killed every time, doesn't that mean that the way you meet her is in itself wrong? Listen, if you already know the best way to meet her in the first place it happened, then make it happen again with your own hands. I'm sure you can manage that, Emiya-kun.
What a fake, she keeps mumbling. Guess she doesn't believe any of it after all. Well, what do you know? There actually is another place I can meet that girl at. That time, if I remember right. Hosuka and the track and field and archery clubs are all at the Ryudo Temple. I'll keep that in mind. My next objective is clear for the time being.
Glad to be of help. So what will you do, Emiya-kun? Are you going to go look for the Grail's owner?
Well, to the extent of my abilities. For now, there's no real damage done. It'll go back to normal once the 4 days pass, right? I'll deal with it somehow. Sorry to bother you. I get up from my seat. This has become a much longer conversation than I expected.
For goodness sake, none of us had such dreams, so I can't really verify any of this. For now, I played along and gave you a serious answer. But really, if you had the time to be retelling such wild delusions, you could use it to invite me to the pool or something instead. If you just keep using me whenever it's convenient for you, two can play at that game, you know?
She proceeds to give me a frightening bit of info with an equally frightening smile.
God, I can't wait to have pool day.
Pool. The pool, huh? Okay. I'll repay this favor in a non-material way soon enough, so please do wait for it. Just don't expect too much. Much obliged. See you tomorrow, Tosuka. I leave the guest room behind.
It's almost like they have a give-and-take relationship.
She's not answering right away. Instead, she sighs secretly and...
Hey. It's great to have everyone together, isn't it?
Her faint smile is a mirror image of my own mood, too. Alright, well, we've explained the plot pretty handedly.
Honestly, I kind of needed that, because I had forgotten what this game was about. We have just so many cute little days together that I'm like, and then it's like, oh right, we're getting murdered and we're stuck in a loop.
It's just about Angry Mango trying to kill people.
Oh my god, there's so much. There's so
Just gotta kind of grip it and rip it, I think.
Yeah, if I hit just an exclamation tab again, you're gonna murder me.
Head towards the castle's parlor. We have so many new tabs to do. The ceiling here is very high. While Tosuka's and Sakura's mansions are very impressive, this is on a whole new level. Wow. Pushing open the heavy door, I can't help but exclaim in awe. It's magnificent. Hallways, rooms, everything here is done with grandeur. It looks like you have a gorgeous dinner party here. This is a branch castle used only for the Holy Grail War, and I bet Magi aren't the most social bunch. What a waste. Oh, that's right. The moment I see the brilliantly shining chandelier, I remember. Sakura did mention wanting to have a meal someplace extravagant. This castle would do nicely for that. In that case, first I have to consult the mistress of the castle. How exactly should I do this? Hey, mind lending me your dining room or something? The goal is dinner with Sakura. Now then, for some reason Ilya's nice to Sakura, but will it really be that easy to get her approval? Ilya, are you there?
Shiro, it's alright, come in.
Worrying about how to broach the subject, I enter the room.
What's wrong, Shiro? Couldn't find the washroom or something?
I sort of remember where it is. Wait, that's not what this is about, Ilya.
Okay, what's up, Shiro?
That is, I know this is kind of impolite to ask, but cutting straight to the point isn't particularly tactful. Well, getting right down to business is better than lying to her.
It's okay, I know you have bad manners already.
You saying that helps a lot. So this is a castle, right?
Yeah, what about it?
This is rather sudden, but I want to have dinner here just for two, if possible.
This fucking moron.
Yeah. Absolute moron. Dubs. With Sakura, that is. Sudden mood change.
I'm glad that she took her shoes off before she got on the bed.
Please
Please
don't.
don't mind me anymore.
Oh, okay.
She seems to be saying while looking like a stricken bunny.
Oh.
Oh, that's you.
A castle gate with Sakura. Why?
Date. A date, huh? I guess you would call that a date. Well, that's kind of vague, but if that's alright.
It doesn't matter. Go sit over there, Shiro.
Totally outmatched. I accept my defeat and do as I'm told.
I made a little promise with Sakura. One day we dress up and eat dinner someplace
I think this is me.
Oh!
I made a little promise with Sakura. One day we'd dress up and eat dinner someplace extravagant. Thinking about it, you know, this place qualifies better than anywhere else.
Really? This is only a villa, so it's God. Really? This is only a villa, so it's fairly modest.
Ugh. If this is modest, I wonder where my house would rank. No, this is plenty extravagant. In fact, I bet this is the most extravagant castle in Japan. Much less Fuyuki. I say that without flattery. Indifferent towards my praise of her castle, Ilya starts pondering something.
I see. Sakura, huh? The place is fine, but what are you going to do about the clothes?
I have no idea, actually. As long as this place is set up, it's okay if I just consult with Sakura over what to wear, right?
In other words, you just thought of that.
I hate to admit it, but yeah, sorry to trouble you.
Yeah, that's definitely Shiro-like. Dressing up Sakura, huh?
Her arms folded behind her back, she's lost in thought.
Yeah, you two I'd have to do that for.
Meaning?
If this was a date with Rin, it'd be out of the question. Well, if it's Sakura, I'll go along with it. Also... After all, Sakura's the one I have to support. And you are the one I need to look after, Shiro. Isn't that right, Oni-chan?
Oh, what a useless brother I am. Still, there's no one else I can ask. Having stoically endured the worthless older brother branding, I'm now expected to ask the splendid little sister for a favor. So, is that an okay?
Yeah, so let's have a dinner party tonight. We should have lots of fancy clothing stored somewhere. I'll let you borrow them. Ow!
Minerva!
Really? Suddenly, everything's looking up. Indeed, why wouldn't they have dresses in a castle? Meaning the clothes part's taken care of. Thank you, Ilya. I'm so happy. I want to give you a big hug right now. For some reason, Ilya seems to be suppressing a strange giggle. Did I do anything weird?
What, you haven't noticed yet?
What is it? Ilya circles around while surveying me. I have a bad feeling about that smile.
Shiro, do you plan on coming to the dinner party at her castle wearing that?
These clothes will be fine for dinner. No, I better check and make sure. Sweatshirt, jeans, sneakers. Wait, wouldn't it be bad if I don't change?
It's too late to act surprised. There's no point in Sakura dressing up if you're wearing that, right?
I get it, but still. I don't have a suit in the first place. Would it be better if I wore the Hamarahara uniform? That's somewhat better as an outfit.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Shiro, just like you were going to dress Sakura up, what I actually agreed to was seeing you try a few outfits on, you know?
Ilya giggles cheerfully. I feel like she wants to put my consciousness into some strange doll for her to play with. Did I dig my own grave by chance?
Shiro, I won't ask you to come dressed for an imperial dinner, but it's not good to completely ignore manners.
It is a dinner at a castle after all, so
Besides, I'm sure Sakura wants you dressed up as well. Okay, it's decided. Zella! Liz!
She only has to clap her hands once for the maids to appear. Are they ninjas or something? That's how fast they came. Same. This is probably Sella, right? Which is me?
Yeah.
How may I be of service, my lady?
Prepare a tuxedo for Shiro. One with a black tie, white collared shirt, and leather shoes. When you finish, prepare a dress for Sakura and make preparations for tonight's dinner.
As you wish, milady.
Ilya, this too much?
Right, Shiro may resist, but dress him forcibly if necessary.
Right in front of my eyes, the preparations proceed without a hitch. Do you think I'd get stuck wearing a tuxedo? Not only do they have fancy dresses on hand, but even tuxedos for men. That's the Einsberns for you. Wait, this isn't the time to be impressed. Oh, this is... okay. First, we need to take Emiya-sama's measurements. Laser it.
Got it, Sella.
I don't know where in that dress Liz was carrying the measuring tape she just produced. Tape in hand, Sella measures me like I'm an eyesore of an obstacle to be overcome. Are you sure I'm fit for this, Ilya?
Just surrender and accept it. You want to see Sakura in a dress, don't you? This is the law of equivalent exchange.
That was quite a Magus-like statement.
That's funny.
Though, thinking about it, wearing a tuxedo is pretty cheap in comparison. Right, I need to go tell Sakura about this.
You don't need to worry. I'll send Sakura a written invitation. You'll get one too, of course.
A written invitation? It's the real deal.
Dude, she went all in on this for you, man. This is the best wingman you could ever
real
ask
dinner
for.
party. A real dinner party would involve delivering these invites in advance, but I could never imagine getting involved in something like that. Sorry for all the trouble.
It's fine. It's for the sake of you two, after all.
She's really enjoying planning this. Liz and Sella seem to be wasting no time preparing the outfit, so I have to prepare for the worst. Emiya-sama, the clothing has been prepared. Please come this way. Yeah, Ilya, I'm sure you'll laugh after seeing me in these fancy clothes.
I wonder about that. I'm looking forward to it.
It's tiring to wear something you're not used to. I feel like I'm constantly being strangled in this collared shirt and bow tie. Ew, bow tie. Disgusting. I look in the mirror in front of me. Seeing myself in a black tuxedo is really uncomfortable. I've never even worn a suit, and this ceremonial outfit's way past that. Besides, there's the problem of Sakura's dress.
New
I
sprite,
haven't even had
new
a peek at
sprite.
it. When I went to Sakura's room, Ilya stopped me and just said, "Look forward to when you see her." With that, I'm waiting in the lobby for Sakura to finish getting ready. Soon, the promised time comes.
It suits you well, Shiro.
Oh my god. Sorry, my wallpaper engine just changed wallpapers and music came on. God, dude, no, the timing was so silly. Oh god, that's my bad.
Oh, it's just you, Ilya. Are you not dressing up? Fucking look at what she's wearing, dude.
I'm not part of high society yet. This is semi-formal. But look at you. Aren't you just perfect now?
I don't have a clue. I can't really judge whether or not this tuxedo looks any good. I have no idea. It's my first time doing something like this.
Really? This look isn't like the normal you, but it's interesting in its own way. After that, it should be the princess's debut.
Princess? Does she mean Sakura? I turned my attention to the grand staircase. The preparations were being made on the upper floor, so I expect her to come down that way. I'm holding my breath waiting, but Sakura's not coming. Maybe she got lost? As if. Apparently tired of waiting, Ilya calls out.
Sakura, what's wrong?
Senpai's right there, isn't he?
Only her voice reaches me. I'm glad she's actually there, but I do wonder why she won't show herself.
He's here, and in a tuxedo, too.
Is that right? But I don't look good in this, so that is...
Couldn't it be that you were embarrassed even after coming this far, Sakura?
Look at that. Sakura's embarrassed too. Getting invited to a fancy dress-up dinner party out of the blue. I bet she'd be just as shy as I am, if not more.
And you were so into it just a little while ago, saying how glad Senpai would be to see you in that dress, weren't you?
Ilias-san. But Senpai...
Well, Safa doesn't really suit me either, so it's all good. Besides, you wouldn't look bad in anything. Certainly not any worse than me in a tuxedo.
Senpai, could you please not laugh?
You too. Don't laugh when you see me.
Geez, you two are making me mad. Don't worry, Sakura. That's the best evening dress in the house. If Shiro laughs, I'll make sure to give him an appropriate punishment.
She whispers to me that the reverse is also true.
I'll fucking kill you.
It can't be helped if I'm laughed at, so I whisper her to be gentle.
Right then, Senpai.
I hear the rustling of a dress. Sakura appears above the hall. The suspense.
They gave her two
Yeah.
bows. It's cute.
Yeah, she looks nice. It's very like Disney princess.
Yeah. Honestly, I like the way that these little
Yeah.
cuts are folded, but like other than that, you're like, oh, it's just a pink dress.
Yeah, and like the long gloves, but still being like backless is kind of interesting.
I do wish they had done something different with her hair. They just kind of
They added
gave her
another
weird,
bow.
yeah, they just added another bow.
Like the picture of a lady straight out of a movie.
Yeah, why'd you give her a sexy grown-up lady dress and then give her child hair?
A dress with a large amount of exposure around the shoulders. Pearls and hair ornaments to accentuate her white skin. Lips made up with rouge. And above all, the very fact of witnessing Sakura's first dress appearance is blinding. We both look over each other and have no words to say. Sakura's just standing still.
Hey, Shiro. Get it together and escort her. Or do you plan on making a girl feel embarrassed?
An elbow pokes me in the back.
Oh no.
Ah, yeah, I'll do that. I swear to God, Spud just like chugs Viagra and then comes to the chair. Thus prompted, I move forward.
No, that's just him all the time.
Calming my breathing a little, I ascend the stairs. Seeing Sakura like that, what should I say?
Oh, give us options.
We don't get voice options in this game.
Damn it.
Yeah, it suits you well, Sakura.
Where's my relationship meter? You too, Senpai. It's my first time seeing you dressed so sharply.
Show us Shiro, you cowards. Is that so? Yeah, I guess it is. I don't even own a suit after all. Having never cared about it until now, I do feel a tinge of regret. It's not just her outfit, but Sakura even smells different. Taking a breath, I notice that it isn't the usual perfume she's wearing.
This doesn't suit me at all. Oh,
This doesn't suit me at all. If Tosca sees me, she'll laugh.
that's not true. The way Nason is, because this is your best, she'd freeze up rather than laugh, even if you tell her to. I also feel the same. Senpai, looking at you makes me feel immensely happy.
Sakura looks down as her cheeks turn red. Why would it make you happy? That is, if someone should be happy, that's gotta be me.
Because, you look like you became a prince on a white horse, Senpai. I always yearned for a dashing man to come for me.
God, I feel like I'm watching a high school prom. I hate this.
I would rather have the octopus hair again.
Still anxious, Sakura extends her hand timidly. Her fingers, covered in a silk glove, touch my arm.
Your arm. May I, Senpai?
Of course, but I still can't believe we're really doing this. Oh, Shiro suit.
This is cute.
Yeah, that's a good suit. Sakura's next to me, her arm entwined with mine. We're in the main hall of the Einsburg Castle. Sakura in a dress. It's just like a...
There's just no way that this is happening in Japan.
Stop! I know. It's as if we're in a fairy tale. Ever since I was a little girl, I thought it'd be so lovely to go to a ball in a beautiful castle.
And like a fairy tale, we even have a real witch here. Ilya caught a stray.
The evil witch you two are teasing us in. I'm helping you out, so I'm the good witch.
Ilya speaks with pride.
She tossed it immediately.
With Sakura one step ahead of me, I escort her down the stairs. The hem of Sakura's dress is quite long and just brushes up against the floor.
I was getting a little worried, but you two look pretty good. Sweet and innocent. Not bad at all.
Thank you, Ilya-san.
Sorry about all the trouble.
Yes, you can tell me all that later. Dinner is ready, so come this way.
Playing the hostess role, Ilya bows and leads us on. My arm is linked with Sakura's the entire way. I may be anxious, but I can also feel Sakura's racing heartbeat through my arm. This isn't the time to be flustered. Are we gonna actually play out this dinner? I kinda thought they'd cut it there.
Oh god, me too. I was like, fuck, I picked the longest scene, didn't I?
There's silverware already on the table. Ilya's seat as the castle mistress is at the head of the table, while Sakura and I are facing each other on opposite sides in the middle. There are more guests lined up here. This would be quite a sight. And then gallantly serving us are Sella and Liz. The moment I realize this marks the beginning of a formal dinner, I'm unable to calm down. Looking at her, Sakura's just as awkward.
Senpai, I really can't calm down.
Neither can I. It'd be easier if someone taught me table manners.
It's fine. I won't tell you to put green peas on your fork or to peel an orange with a knife and fork.
Ilya giggles while picking up a glass. In our glasses as well, Sel and Liz pour us an aperitif. This really is a genuine dinner.
Now then, I'd like to thank you for coming to my dinner party, Shiro and Sakura. Moreover, it's great that the clothes I picked out suit you so well.
Very kind of you.
I can't extend proper hospitality to you today, but do make yourselves feel at home. Okay, next is Shiro's turn.
These turns are like a card game. Huh? I have to prepare a speech before dinner like this? Isn't that usually for the guest of honor? Well... My head is totally blank. For the time being, I take my glass in my hand, meaninglessly swirling the white liquid inside. That is, thank you for granting my entirely unreasonable request and letting us use this splendid place. I'd like to return this favor someday, Ilya and Sakura. Well, are you enjoying it? This is about all I can think of.
I'm happy, very happy. This dress is beautiful. Senpai looks great, and having dinner in the splendid castle is, to me... Ugh. I shouldn't cry, but I'm so happy. Thank you, Senpai, Ilya-san. I'm just happy to be here, that's all.
Thank you, Sakura. There isn't much else I can help you with, but I'm glad that you enjoy it. Then cheers.
The dinner begins. One refined dish comes after another, accompanied by flavorful wine. Whoa, underage drinking again?
God, this is a get drunk
Ilya
episode.
looks on in a satisfying way, while Stella and Liz respectfully serve the table. Doing sake bombs. Sakura is shy and reserved. On the verge of tears, she looks to be modestly soaking in plain happiness.
That was delicious. That's the cooking of Ilya-san's house for you.
Following dinner. After we finish dessert, I end up escorting Sakura back here. I'm surprised too. I think Liz and Stella were that good at cooking. Fuck, sure, their whole job is to be a maid.
Sella did it? Isn't there a chef? I wonder if there's any way I could learn traditional French cuisine here.
Suddenly, the topic switches to cooking. How pathetic. Once in a lifetime, Sakura is dressed up and alone with me in this garden, yet I can't find anything better for us to talk about. Sakura?
Senpai, today you granted my wish, right?
Just as I was about to open my mouth, she says that. I suppose so. For some reason, I just remembered it, and Ilya agreed to help me. The result was much more than I expected, though.
Right, back then, I was just speaking my mind without thinking about it, but you really remembered.
That's the talk we had on the way home one day. Walking in with Sakura after eating some sweets, holding on to that secret, I wanted to grant her that little wish.
It really caught me by surprise. Ilya-san and her maids coming, preparing the dress while I was still recovering, and then inviting me to a dinner party.
That would definitely be surprising. Sorry, I should have given some warning.
At first I wondered what was going on, but when I found out I'd be together with Senpai, that's when I knew what this was all about.
Very sudden turn of events. Though were it not for Ilya's decisiveness, I doubt it would have happened. Oh, but I had a pretty hard time too. It didn't occur to me that I'd have to dress up as well. Ah, geez, this too. Well, whatever. During the dinner, I had to restrain myself from loosening that tie. If Sakura's still dressed up, then the wish isn't over yet. It's a good thing I asked Ilya. I wouldn't have been able to keep that promise by myself.
That's true. I couldn't dream of being able to wear a dress like this. Either.
Holding the hem of her dress, Sakura spins around. A cherry blossom dancing in the moonlit garden.
It really is just like a fairy tale. Wearing this dress, being invited to a dinner party at a castle, Senpai coming for me, and then having a late night talk in this garden.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Maybe Ilya-san really is a great witch using some kind of wonderful sorcery.
That's a good way of putting it. However, the way a fairy tale like this usually goes, everything needs to go back to normal.
So if it was sorcery, it would have to end sometime, wouldn't it?
Yeah, clock strikes 12 and it disappears.
Then I'll leave a glass slipper on the staircase, and Senpai will take it and search for me. But no matter what, the dressed up me won't come back.
Well, why's that?
That way, it'll be a beautiful memory. Besides, more than dressing up and being with you, I want to be together with you, Senpai, as my normal self, all the time.
That wish, no matter how small, was the real one. There is no fairy tale princess. How short-sighted of me. It was never anything that could be thrown together so quickly to begin with. Without choosing to, our bodies touch. Feeling her slender body against mine, I smell the fragrance of Sakura's hair. Our fingers entwine all by themselves.
Senpai, I'm the me you've always known, even now.
That's true. Sakura is Sakura. Sorry, I got distracted by her dress and had a stupid misunderstanding because of that.
Yes.
She raised her voice in agreement. There is no Princess Sakura. She may look like a princess before my eyes, but it's the same Sakura as always. She'd avoided making that mistake from the very start.
Senpai, is it okay
What do you mean?
to always be close to you? Will you let me do that?
Mito Sakura who wants to be near you.
Ooh!
Oh.
The Mito Sakura who wants to be near you isn't a princess. She's a plain, shy, clumsy girl who doesn't say what's on her mind. Is that still fine with you, Senpai?
We're at the end of a dating sim. What is happening? Of course. For as long as it's fresh in your mind, as long as the wish is there, these days will not end. And because we're stuck in a time loop.
She's also jealous of Saber-san's beauty, and a bit sad seeing how well Nei-san and Ryder get along with you. Is that still alright?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. You're human, so you've got a lot on your mind. That's the Sakura I like, and the one I want you to be.
Senpai,
With an intoxicating whisper, her eyes become moist. Ah, what is it? My chest hurts. If you look at me with those eyes, my face will burn up.
well, that's how it is, so let's take care of each other from now on. Crap, that's not like me at all. Oh. Oh, okay. Sorry. What was that word again?
Aperitif. It's aperitif. It's just like appetizer drink.
That aperitif is making me say some pretty embarrassing stuff. Aren't I acting strange? Oh.
Oh, fuck, that was me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Pretend I said that.
God damn it! No, definitely not. Yes, I think you are fine the way you are, Senpai.
An energetic response. Well, that's a relief.
So there's another good thing. I'll keep that a secret. What you just said so clearly will be my very own secret.
Sakura's bashful. That secret probably has no value to anyone else. Alright, then from here on, I'll be in your debt.
No, I'm in debt to you. Really, thank you for today.
She bows timidly. Always the same no matter what. That's what gives us peace of mind more than anything else. So I really need to thank Ilya after this.
Shall we have a feast for Ilya-san at our place? We can have her wear a long-sleeved kimono. She'll definitely look cute.
There should be some formal children's kimonos at Fujine's house. That's a good idea. This time it'll be Ilya's turn to be surprised. We leave the garden as we talk. Our fingers are intertwined the whole time. We maintain that gentle connection even as we pass through the door to the lobby. Oh my god. Now then, let's stay here tonight. I'll see you to your room.
It's fine. As I thought, it was Ilya-san's sorcery that let us meet like this. We'll part here, and come morning, I'll turn back to the normal Mito Sakura.
I see. Yeah, that's for the best. In the morning, I'll revert to my normal self. Good night, Sakura.
Good night, Senpai.
We separate with a light bow to each other. The night is dazzling as her dress comes to an end. Carving this burning feeling into my heart, I head towards my room to face the coming morning. So as to never forget, I blink several times, as if imprinting that image of a beautiful cherry blossom into my eyes.
What? That was the end!
That was just the fourth day, I guess, huh? Well, that works.
Oh!
Yeah, I was gonna say, we had kind of a big story scene, so I imagine now that Shiro is aware he's in a time loop, we have to address this from their end, right?